What's going on, guys? It's Patrick here, and welcome back to Top 10 Trends. Today, guys, we're going to be looking at 10 more animals you are glad don't exist anymore. So about a month ago, we made a video, and to summarize it, it went like this. Big animals are bad, giant snakes are bad, giant bugs are bad, everything that used to exist sucks, and we are all glad that it is dead. That video was 10 animals you're glad don't exist anymore, and you guys gave us such an amazing response that, you know what, I said, let's do another one of these. Let's crack open the list of scary, giant, deadly animals, and let's do a round 2. Now, before we get into the video, I just want to quickly mention again that the giveaway for the silver play button is still going on. So if you want to win it, all you got to do is subscribe to the channel and comment down below what animal on this list you think is the most terrifying. Number 10. The direwolf. Now, if you've ever watched Game of Thrones, from the very first season, you probably know what a direwolf is, or at least what Game of Thrones wants you to think a direwolf is. Well, basically, it's the same idea, okay? A direwolf is just a bigger, more badass version of a wolf. Now, to begin with, wolves are terrifying. They are powerful, ferocious, they travel in packs, and they will straight jack you up if you mess with them. Wolves are one of the #1 causes of death in the history of the universe. Okay, that fact might not be true, but they're deadly. Now, the direwolf lived in the Americas from 100,000 years ago and went extinct roughly 10,000 years ago, weighing on average 60 kilograms or 130 pounds. Here's where it gets crazy though. Its teeth were much larger than the modern-day gray wolf, with a greater shearing ability and a larger bite force. Its canine tooth was the strongest of any known Canis, which is dogs and wolves species. Oh yeah, and it ate bison and horses. So basically, the direwolf was just a stronger, more deadly version of the wolf. But I'm just gonna leave that one to Jon Snow. Number 9, the giant clam. This is known as Platyceramus. I don't know on these biological names. We're just gonna call it the giant clam. And dudes, this thing is straight out of like a Mario video game. I don't know if you guys have ever played the game where you know, it's like a platformer Mario game, and you go into the water and there's like clams that actually, they close down on you and they eat you. That's basically what this thing is. It was 3 feet big. Okay, that's a meter. What the balls? But get this, that was its average size. These things could go up in size to nearly 10 feet big. That's 3 meters. That's the biggest of its species, okay? So, you know, you're swimming along, okay? You're just doing your thing, you're diving down, this thing opens up. What happens if it clamps on you? Like, what do you do? Can you break out of it? Are you strong enough? Like, it's not gonna eat you. It's not like it's got teeth or anything. It's just this, like, you know what a clam is like. It's just this gooey, weird, I don't know. I just imagine seeing one of these in the ocean and just being absolutely terrified. Number 8, Titanomyrma. Okay, just think of that name, Titanomyrma. What could that be? It's a giant ant, okay? You know, listen, I know a lot of the things on this list are just giant versions of other animals that exist nowadays, but can we just acknowledge the fact of a giant ant? I kind of hate ants. They get into your house, they eat all your stuff. Flying ants suck. Oh, and guess what? This giant ant actually happened to be able to fly. So the latest species of this ant was found in 2011 when a 50-million-year-old fossil winged queen ant was found, the size of a hummingbird. This fossil is the first fossil ever found of a giant ant in the Western Hemisphere, and I don't know about you guys, but okay, let's think about a hummingbird for a second. Not the biggest animal ever, but could you imagine an ant flying around that big? A bug that big? Dude, I'm getting chills just thinking about this one. There's something about giant insects that I don't know why they had to exist back then, but for some reason they just needed to be bigger. I don't know if you've ever seen those videos of huge ant colonies on YouTube, but like just thinking about this ant gives me the same feeling as those videos where you feel like you've got ants on you or something. Anyways, to me, any giant insect is gonna suck, and when it's an ant, that's even worse. Number 7, the giant hornless rhino, Paraceratherium. That was my first take on that. That wasn't bad. So the giant hornless rhino lived between 34 and 23 million years ago. It is one of the largest land mammals ever found. Its exact size is unclear because of the incompleteness of its fossils. However, the size of an adult was roughly 4.8 meters or 16 feet tall. Oh yeah, and 7 meters or 24 feet long. So just in comparison, if you're 2 meters tall, you're really tall. Like I'm a pretty tall dude. I'm like 6'4", 6'5", and that's like not even 2 meters, okay? So 2 meters is tall. This thing is more than 2 really tall dudes, and it's a rhino, okay? Now, yes, it doesn't have a horn, but any animal that big is going to straight jack you. It's not creepy. It's not gonna bite you. All it's gotta do is just run into you, man. You just gotta give up when you see this thing. You're like, nope, I take the L on this life. Just kill me, reincarnate me as a giant flying ant, because there's no way I'm gonna get out of this one alive. So it's just done. Giant hornless rhinos. Nah. Not happening. Number 6, Camaracaras, the giant squid. So the kraken, the giant squid, I feel like this legendary animal is almost a myth at this point. It's like a tale of greatness, you know, the kraken, the giant squid, right? But these things actually used to exist. So about 460 million years ago, this is basically just a giant ancestor of modern squids and octopi. But like I said, giant. Now, one very interesting and especially distinctive feature of this animal was it had this cone-like shell on the back of it. So it wasn't just a squid that would go around. It actually had a shell, a big shell, roughly 20 to 40 feet in size. And then it had all the tentacles and stuff. So this was a pretty freaking big animal. I don't know how scared I am of like a giant squid, because I think my thought is just don't go in the water. You don't got to deal with that. But still, okay, if you're a fisherman, if you're boating along, you see a 20 to 40 feet giant squid just chumming around through the water, man, you're done, okay? All right, number 5. And this is one that I've been waiting for, the giant crocodile. This is one that was so requested on the last list. Like, why don't you have giant dinosaurs, crocodiles, whatever? Here's your giant crocodile. Measuring up to 40 feet in length, Deinosuchus had large, sharp teeth, capable of killing and eating sea turtles. Okay, those big sea turtles we had in the last video? I don't know if they could eat that, but they could eat sea turtles. That's scary enough. A 40-foot crocodile. Dude, crocodiles get huge already. They have one of the largest biting forces, capabilities on the entire planet. You better sure as hell hope that you got your Nikes on, man, because this thing, you're running, okay? You don't gotta take the L on this dude, you just gotta run. Now, coming in at number 4, we've got a very interesting pick, and this is the largest known dinosaur, Argentinosaurus. So this thing lived on the continent of South America between 94 and 97 million years ago. It's the oldest animal on our list, and it is among the largest known dinosaurs. So again, just to give you a comparison of how big this thing was, a normal man is about maybe, let's say, 1.7 meters tall. This thing's single vertebrae, one single bone in its back, was 1.6 meters tall. This animal was estimated to be between 30 and 35 meters in length and could weigh between 80 and 100 tons. I don't even know how much that is in kilograms. All I know is that is heavy. Number 3, the Smilodon. Yo, that sounds like a happy animal. The Smilodon, it's smiling. Wrong, it's a saber-toothed tiger. It's like a tiger, it's like a lion, but it's got giant, huge canine teeth, okay? A saber-toothed tiger, man, you're done. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen a lion attacking a human being video before, but if you've ever, like, sold your soul to one of those terrible videos on the internet, you would know that lions and tigers are just going to jack you, pick you up by the neck, and just run you around like you're just a tiny little pillow. And let's make this thing 900 pounds and give it saber teeth. Yeah, I'm gonna take the biggest pass ever on that one. And yeah, let's just move on. Number 2, Titanoboa, the giant snake. Listen, I mean, I think any giant snake that even exists nowadays, anyone that's got a phobia of snakes is just gonna be like, yo, skipping this one, I'm done. Now, as far as fossils estimate, this snake could grow between 10 and 14 meters big. That's 32 to 46 feet. Again, I don't know if anyone here has a snake phobia, but I would say that that would be pretty scary to see something that big just slithering along. Now, there's huge snakes, and I mean snakes that rival the size of this thing, right? Like, it's a boa. I don't think that if I had to encounter this thing, I would appreciate that experience very much. And coming in at number 1, Forestray. Okay, you probably have no idea where I'm going with this one. So what Wikipedia tells me the nickname of this animal is the terror bird. Yeah, you heard me right, the terror bird. So this was a carnivorous, flightless bird that was the largest species of apex predators in South America from 62 million years ago to 1.8 million years ago. Thank you, Wikipedia, for that fun fact. So this thing ranged from 1 to 3 meters or 4 to 10 feet tall. And did I mention they're called terror birds and that they're carnivorous? What's even more terrifying is estimates show that this thing would probably have been able to run up to 50 kilometers an hour. Dude, this thing's literally gonna eat everything else on the list. Well, you know, except for that giant 30-foot dinosaur. But regardless, the terror bird gets its name for a reason, and it comes in at number 1. So anyways, guys, that is going to be the video for today. Other than that, though, guys, I will see you later, and peace out, you freaking nerds.